Alright, so we're back. The long-awaited part 2 of the 22R hybrid build with a 20R top end and 22R bottom end. So essentially, I'm going to go over basically what I've done, what I did in the first video, just a recap, and then go from there. So, left the same exhaust manifold, and the exhaust manifold you want is the 4-2, followed by the 2-1. I don't know how well you guys can see that down there, but 4-2 and then 2-1 back there. That's the exhaust you want. And then you use the 20R head, of course, 20R intake. Those are different, and you can't really see it too well. The only thing I got hooked up vacuum wise is for the vacuum advance on the distributor, and that's about it. You can see down there at the carburetor there's an adapter plate. Where the fuck? Right there. Okay, get on now. You can see an adapter plate right here. This is the carburetor, so 20R adapter plate, 22R carb. That all stayed the same. The thing that changes is the mechanical fuel pump. The 22R has one, the 20R doesn't. It has like a little cutout, so you remove the backing plate right there and essentially get it on. You put that on there, but then you run into your thermostat, upper thermostat housing. It doesn't work. The original one points directly into the fuel pump, which doesn't work. So you go online, you type in, I went to napa.com and searched 1980 thermostat housing for a 22R. That's it, or a 20R, excuse me. Bought it and sent it. It was like 30 bucks, sent, delivered. I searched every junkyard I could ever fucking find for one of those things. You're not gonna find a 20R in the junkyard that has a mechanical fuel pump. I fucking have searched. If you do, props, dude, you got lucky, whatever. Go ahead and buy that upper thermostat housing online. Get your clearance made. Use your mechanical fuel pump. Don't use an electric one because you can't beat that clearance. So essentially that's what I did. It raised the compression to what I've heard of online, 9.4 to 1. Of course the motor's going to run a lot hotter. So I did away with the mechanical fan. Put myself on there a dual electric fan that I had set up to a temperature switch. It was awesome. It just came on properly, but this thing burnt out because this and the electric fan were out of a Dodge Caravan, and it just so happened to screw into my 20R intake manifold, and so it was rocking everything. I got the direct power done right. You know, it's got this, whatever, I fucking forget what that thing is. Fucking got that on there, good to go. It's all fused and good to go. But the electric fan keeps it cool. I still have some problems with overheating. I'm not exactly sure what or why or what, but it just runs hot. Even though electric fans are on all the time, it never overheats, but it runs hot. So anyone keep me up on that. It's never overheated, but the only thing that I don't like what's going on here with this build that I haven't been able to figure out yet is the 22R temperature sensors. They're originally screwed into the 22R motor, into the intake manifold, and when you switch the intake manifold, you have to leave those on there in order to read your temperature, but there's nowhere to put them, so they're essentially just sitting on top of the intake manifold, and I'm thinking that that's probably why it's always reading hot, is because those aren't actually in the water jacket. So for the electric fan, I took a hot wire off of the choke cable and hooked the choke up to the carburetor like it was, took the hot wire off there, fused for that, fused the link for the hot power, the 30 amp, and it's been working good. So the intake manifold I put back on there, I just put the new style square bodied intake manifold on there, just for looks essentially. The only thing that I can think of that if you're going to use your 20R carb and not fuck around with that adapter, you have to get a whole new throttle cable, because the 20R stock Toyota truck has a different throttle cable than the 22R, so I was able to leave this alone. It's good to go, and it's been working out. The only other modification I did that doesn't have anything to do with this build originally is down here. I put a one-wire alternator, and I made it into a one-wire alternator essentially by adding this little box right down here. And anyone that knows how those Toyota trucks run, they run off of this stupid fucking external voltage regulator that is prone to just fucking strand your ass on the side of the road. So I did away with that, put a one-wire alternator in, bam, one wire, fucking skipped all that bullshit right there, and I connected both of those power wires, the white one that's in the stock, just because that goes to the fuse panel, as well as a solid link that goes straight to the battery from the alternator. So it's good to go. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Basically, I'm looking for anyone, if they know how to put those sensors inside the motor, let me know, because I sure would like to have them actually in the water jacket. I'm sure there's like a company I could take that fucking intake off of and get it drilled and tapped, but I'm kind of looking for like an easier scenario. So let me know what's going on. Sorry it took so long to make the video, but that's what you're gonna need. And right on. Have a good one.